everybody. Lord Tremendous here. Got another battle report here for you. 2,500 point battle. Lord Tremendous of the Warriors of Chaos versus Tyrant Fattyback of the Ogre Kingdoms. That's right, my old Ogre nemesis has returned, and he has doctored his list somewhat, and he wanted to throw it up against the Warriors of Chaos, so I was more than happy to oblige. Here's my list, and I'm rather fond of this list, so don't expect any changes in the near future. I've got my Demon Prince, Lord Tremendous. He's got the Mark of Zinch. She's level 3 Wizard. Chaos Armor, Charm Shield, Dragonbane Gem, other Trickster Shard, Soul Feeder, Scaled Skin, Poisonous Slime, Flaming Breath, and Laura Metal. My hero choices are my Exalted Hero, Lady Elizabeth. She's got the Mark of Zinch. She's my BSB. She's got her Chaos Steed, Halberd, the Helm of Many Eyes, and the Dawnstone. I've got another Exalted Hero, Cull, the Collector of Souls. He's got the Mark of Zinch. He's my Demonic Mount. He's got the Enchanted Shield, Talisman of Preservation, and the Third Eye of Zinch. Cull, the Collector of Souls, is the new model that I've been showing with a new ad for Unleashed Wargaming painting services and stuff like that. Yeah, they are the ones that painted him up and helped convert him and stuff like that. Made him a viable fighting force on the battlefield. So he's not in this particular battle report or the next couple because I got him after these games were played. However, the name stays, and I can't wait to get him on the field. It should be a lot of fun. And last but not least is my Chaos Sorcerer, the Flame Warper. He's got the Mark of Zinch, level 2 Wizard, Dragon Helm, Luckstone, Skull of Catan, and Laura Zinch. My core choices are 5 Chaos Warhounds that are naked, 18 Chaos Warriors, Blood Tide with the Mark of Corn, Full Command, Halberds, and the Banner of Fury, and 17 Chaos Warriors, Children of Zinch with the Mark of Zinch, Full Command, Hand Whip and Shields, and the Banner of Eternal Flame. My special choices consist of 5 Chaos Knights, the Teeth of Zinch, with the Mark of Zinch, Full Command and Sorcerous Weapons and Standard Discipline, the War Shrine, the Bringer of Change, with the Mark of Zinch, and my rare choice, which consists of the one, the only, my Mutalith Vortex. Gotta love the beast. My opponent's list is tiny, tiny, tiny. He's got a Slaughtermaster, who is a level 4 wizard with the Armor of Fortune, a Dispel Scroll, Crown of Command, and the Lord of Great Maw. He's got a hero, he's got a few hero choices. He's got his Butcher as a level 2 wizard with the Hell Heart and Lore of Beasts, and a Bruiser, who is his BSB with the Rune Maw. His core choices consist of 14 Iron Guts with Full Command and a Standard of Discipline. And his special choices are 5 Lead Belchers, 8 Man-Eaters with Full Command, 7 of them have extra hand weapons, 1 of them is just regularly equipped, and they've got the Dragonhide Banner, and 2 Iron Blasters for his rare choices. Here are my spells, 3 from Metal, 2 from Zinch, 1 from the Beast. And here are my opponent's spells. The Slaughtermaster had Bone Crusher, Bull Gorger, Tooth Cracker, Troll Guts, and the Butcher had Wizen's Wild Form and Pans and Penetrable Pelt. Pretty sure that's exactly how you're supposed to pronounce that word. Here's deployment. For the most part, you're looking at it. My Knights were going to go ahead. I was hoping to maybe use the dogs to redirect the Iron Guts or maybe my Demon Prince. I really didn't know. I had him behind the house. My Demon Prince was behind the house just in case he got to go first so the cannons couldn't get him too easily. Meanwhile, everything else was out there. Saval was going to try to get himself a cannon as quick as he could, or the Lead Belchers, whichever he could run into first. The Beast was going to try to help him out, as well as the Corn. Well, shoot, everything was just going to try to get into the Man-Eaters, and I was going to try to whittle down the Iron Guts as best I could. Here's an army picture of the Ogres, because usually I do the flanks and stuff, but they don't have flanks. Left to right, there's his Iron Guts with his Slaughtermaster and his BSB installed. In the middle there are his Man-Eaters with his Butcher installed. Next to them are the Lead Belchers, and behind the whole army are his 2 Iron Blasters. Here's my right flank. There's my Beast and Saval. There's my center with my Corn Warriors, my War Shrine, my Zinch Warriors, my dogs, and behind them are my Knights. And my left flank consists of my Demon Prince hiding behind the house because he doesn't want to get cannonballed. Here's top of 1 after movement, and as you can see, my opponent did get to go first. And he moved forward. Not a ton, but a decent amount. So he's not being crazy with his forward movement, but he's not exactly being cautious. I respect that. During his magic phase, he makes his Man-Eaters superior with +1 strength and +1 toughness, which I was totally fine with because I had no intention of getting into combat with them right away. During his shooting phase, his Lead Belchers barf lead at my Corn Warriors and kill 3 of them, so that was unexpected, but he rolled really well. And that was pretty much it. So we went over to bottom of 1, and really the only thing that happens is my Beast and Saval run up the right flank, my Demon Prince runs up the left, and the dogs run up the center, daring him to charge them. Other than that, the Warriors and the Knights pretty much stood exactly where they were because there was no reason to give him a charge into me. Nothing happens for the rest of the phase. My magic phase is stopped and I don't shoot. So we go to top of 2. And he doesn't do a whole lot of movement. He just kind of hangs back and waits for me to come closer. So it's going to be that kind of a game. His magic phase doesn't do anything, so we go into shooting, and the first thing that happens is Saval takes 2 wounds from his lead belchers. Couldn't believe it. He's got a 1-up, 3-up, and 2 wounds slip through immediately, so I was like, wow, maybe I don't like the way you're kitted out. Nothing else happens. His lead belchers and his iron blasters don't do anything. So we go over to bottom of 2, and as you can see, the Beast and Saval slam into the lead belchers because now I'm a little pissed off at him. The dogs switch over to get in front of the man eaters because my Demon Prince made his charge into the flank of the Iron Guts. My Knights and my BSB move up now that the dogs are out of the way so that I can get a hold of his Iron Guts next turn because I know my Demon Prince isn't going to die. And the Corn Warriors and the Tzeentch Warriors move up because either the Man-Eaters are going to charge the dogs or they're going to stay there for the rest of the game and do nothing, which I'm perfectly fine with because if they hit the dogs and then turn to face the Iron Guts or whatever they're going to do, that's when my Warriors, Tzeentch and Corn get to slam in. If he slams into the dogs and tries to overrun, then that's even better because then it's very unlikely he's going to make that overrun. And banking on the fact that he doesn't, then both units of my Warriors slam into the Man-Eaters and make them disappear. So here's a better picture of my Demon Prince slamming into the Iron Guts. And here's a better picture of Saval and the Beast slamming into the Lead Belchers, which I was very happy with. During my magic phase, he stops all my spells, and with my last trick, I roll 2 dice at Enchanted Blades, and I get it to go off irresistible. I roll boxcars on 2 dice. Completely didn't expect that. And then, of course, I roll a 4 for the miscast. And boom, there's the template right over his head. I do end up killing one of his Iron Guts. But what the frick? Oh, man. My Demon Prince gets sucked into the warp. I roll a 3, and everything that was going so well ends terribly. My Demon Prince gets sucked into the warp, and that sucks. So yeah, now my Knights are gonna get charged by the Iron Guts because they moved up and the dogs moved out of the way, and I'm gonna lose my Knights and my BSB and my Demon Prince because I rolled 2 dice and Enchanted Blades and blew myself up. That sucks. So we go over to combat, and the Mutalith and Saval actually kind of botch. I only do 3 wounds in total. He does nothing back, but he's steadfast and he doesn't go anywhere. So we go to top of 3, and exactly as you expected, the Iron Guts go into the Knights, and the Man-Eaters go into the dogs, and yeah, I'm not surprised. There's a better picture of his Iron Guts slamming into my Knights, and rightfully so. And there's a better picture of the Man-Eaters killing the dogs, because they're murderers. During his magic phase, he gets +1 strength and +1 toughness off on his Iron Guts, and that's fine, I'm screwed anyway. And then we go into combat, and of course his Man-Eaters, I think with impact hits alone, are able to destroy the dogs. And over here in combat, the only one that survives is Lady Elizabeth, who issues a challenge, is accepted by the Iron Gut unit champion, who gets pulverized for his trouble. And it doesn't matter because the other 5 Knights die. I need a 3 to stick it out or something like that. It's something insanely low, and I roll a 3, and I actually stay. Elizabeth refuses to break, which is huge. And then over here, Saval and the Beast are able to break the Lead Belchers, and they flee, but they get away. Or they break and they get away. So we go to bottom of 3 after movement, and as you can see, I'm desperate now. Saval charges into the Iron Blaster in the middle there. The Mutalith charges the Lead Belchers and rolls like 16 and ends up catching him and goes off the table. which is good because now the other lead belt or iron blaster can't shoot him off the table. My Khorne warriors charge and make their charge into the man eaters. My Tzeentch warriors charge into the flank of the iron guts, and that's huge. Meanwhile, my shrine just kind of moves up so that it can continue to give its war shriney goodness to the unit champions and characters that are still alive. During my magic phase, he pops the Hellheart. I roll a 7 on the chart. I fail to wound his butcher. I roll a 1 to wound his butcher, but I wound all 3 of my warriors, and none of them make a ward save. So I lose 3 warriors before anything happens. Thank you, Mr. Hellheart. During the rest of my magic phase, Elizabeth catches a break, and the War Shrine gets a spell off, and I believe she gets +1 strength. She's now strength 7, which is awesome. And so does my unit champion over here in the Khorne Warriors. He is now strength 6, so that's awesome too. Over here in combat, Saval puts 3 wounds through on the Iron Blaster. So with charge and 3 wounds, he loses by 4 because he's not able to do anything to me. And he breaks and he gets away by an inch because I like to toy with my prey. I don't know. It was unfortunate because now I have to waste another round, trying to kill him again. But I'll take what I can get. Over here in combat, the Khorne Warriors actually don't do too bad. I end up losing 7 of them, which is expected, but they ended up doing like 9 or 10 wounds. It was insane. So the Man-Eaters actually lose this combat, but they're steadfast and they stick. Over here in combat, Lady Elizabeth is in a challenge currently with... with the unit champion. I guess the one toughness that she got was from the War Shrine. I apologize. I must have been wrong. But she's in a challenge with the unit champion right now. But the Tzeentch warriors put a beating on some of the iron guts and kill off another one of them, which is very good. And they take no wounds for their trouble, which is excellent because I win this combat, but he's stubborn and sticks it out. So we go to top of 4 after movement, and as you can see, there's very little. The Iron Blaster that he has left comes over to deal with the Mutalith when he comes back on the table, and that's really it. And his other Iron Blaster rallies and turns to face the charge from Saval. During his magic phase, the only thing he's able to get off is +1 toughness on the Iron Guts, which sucks, but it was irresistible force. What could I do? The resulting miscast 6 does nothing to his Slaughtermaster. He does end up losing a few dice, and I dispel his next spell, but his Butcher takes a wound, and I'll take that, especially considering the situation that he finds himself in. During combat over here, it's brutal. Brutal. I lose another 6 Khorne Warriors, but he loses 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he loses 5 of his... man-eaters, and I think he's carrying a wound on one too. It's brutal. Khorne Wars with halberds. I've never seen a more devastating unit. I've got 2 left, but it's seriously my favorite because the man-eaters only have 4 wounds between them left, and now the butcher's out of combat, so that's quite nice. Quite nice. They end up losing this combat, but they're steadfast and they make their break check. Over here, Lady Elizabeth is able to kill off the unit champion, rolls on the Eye of the God chart, and gets +1 weapon skill for her trouble. So she is quickly becoming a mini Demon Prince, which is good because mine decided to go back to the Warp for retraining. The rest of the combat, I kill off another one of his Iron Guts, and he kills off 4 of my Tzeentch warriors, which is unfortunate. However, with everything that's occurred, I think I still end up winning this combat, and I end up winning this combat, but he is steadfast and sticks it out. So we go to bottom of 4 after movement, and the War Shrine dives into the Man-Eaters because I want my Khorne Warriors to live. The Mutalith comes back on the table and moves 6 inches forward. I know the Iron Blaster is going to shoot at him, but he's going to shoot at him regardless, so it doesn't matter. Meanwhile, Saval slams into the other Iron Blaster because it's time to finish him off and get me them juicy, juicy points. There's a bit of a picture of the War Shrine getting ready to kick ass for the Lord. And there's Saval correcting the Iron Blaster for trying to get away from his feelings. During combat, it's the best parts of the Bible. He just gets in there and slaughterifies the Iron Blaster, and it's just outstanding. He does end up breaking for combat, and Saval catches him and runs him down, but it was awesome. Over here in combat, the battle is just so friggin' tough. I ended up getting into a challenge with his Slaughtermaster. Lady Elizabeth has to issue a challenge. His Slaughtermaster accepts. My Tzeentch warriors don't take any wounds. I think I take out another base. Or no, I put 2 wounds on them, but that's enough to win me the combat. Of course, they're still steadfast and they stick. Meanwhile, I'm sorry, I forgot to take a picture of this, but yeah, my War Shrine and my Corn Warriors, the Corn Warriors are able to finish off the Man-Eaters before they can do anything, and then the War Shrine puts another wound or 2 on the Butcher. The Butcher breaks, flees, and does not get caught. He's like a few inches ahead of me, so that happens as well. I'm sorry, I forgot to get a picture of that, but now we go to top of 5 after movement, and that's where everything ends up. And yeah, the remaining Iron Blaster moves to get into grape shot range of my Corn Warrior so he can try to get those points, which is smart. During his magic phase, he gets strength and regen off on his Iron Guts, which I was fine with because I have flaming attacks, and +1 strength doesn't affect my 5-up ward save, which is really all I'm relying on. The 6-up armor would be nice, but it's like a benefit, not really a necessity. What I wanted to stop was his +1 toughness, and I was able to do that. During his shooting phase, I don't have a picture of it, but during his shooting phase, he does grape shot my Corn Warriors. He does 10 shots, 2 hit, and he rolls Snake Eyes for the wound roll. So the Corn Warriors the smoke clears and they emerge unscathed. It was awesome. More proof that Corn was very pleased by the way they slaughtered the Man-Eaters. It was glorious. Speaking of glorious, we go into combat over here, and Lady Elizabeth puts another wound on the Slaughtermaster, doesn't take one for her troubles. I think I do 3 wounds to the Iron Guts. I pop a base, and the other one's carrying 1. I lose 3 warriors for my trouble, but with flank 2 banners, and 3 wounds to 3 wounds, rank in a banner. I win this combat, but they're steadfast and they don't go anywhere. So we go to bottom of 5 after movement, and the Corn Warriors slam into the Butcher, and the War Shrine and the Muleth move over to get into combat with the Iron Guts because I need to get there before I run out of Tzeentch Warriors, and then my BSB is going to break and die, and that would suck. There's a better picture of the Corn Warriors slamming into the Butcher because, hey, they don't like to leave loose ends, you know what I mean? Nothing happens in Magic, we go straight into combat, and boom, Chaos Warriors, the Corn Warriors just put that last wound on the Butcher, overrun, they're on the hill. I know that the Iron Blaster is going to end up grape shotting them again, but I'm hoping that he misfires or rolls like a 2 or something ridiculous and they survive. I just need one to live, right? Over here, this combat is just intense. The Tzeentch Warriors just unload on them. I ended up popping 2 more bases, 2 or 3 more bases. I can't remember exactly how many. I think it's 3 more bases pop. It's insane. I do like 3, 6, 7 wounds. The Lady Elizabeth puts another wound on the Slaughtermaster. I win this combat, but they're still steadfast by 1 guy. And yeah, but whew, I am so glad I put these guys back in the list. They are just kicking ass and taking names. Meanwhile, Lady Elizabeth has just taken 1 wound off the Slaughtermaster every single round of combat, and I can see it in my opponent's eyes. He's getting a little frustrated, which is fair. After my Demon Hits blew up, we were all pretty sure he had this, but it's starting to look really good now. So we go to top of 6 after movement, and the only movement that you're going to see is his Iron Blaster moving over to Grape Shot my Corn Warriors, which is fair. However, my prayers are answered, and he's only able to kill 1 of the Corn Warriors. Only kills 1. I got lucky as hell. He rolled like a 6 for the amount of hits. He rolled 2 hits, and he rolled a 1 and a 5. So yeah, he kills 1 Corn Warrior, the other one survives, and there's nothing he can do about it. He should have charged him, in my opinion, but I would have fled. Well, I couldn't have fled. They were frenzied. So yeah, in the end, he failed to secure those points, which was huge, game-changing huge. Over here in combat, Elizabeth ends the Slaughtermaster and gets +1 strength for her trouble, which is outstanding because now they don't have leadership 8 anymore, or 9. Well, actually, they do have a standard discipline. But bottom line is it killed his general, and that's what I feel good about. However, in the resulting combat, these guys kick ass, take names. Lady Elizabeth runs, they break. Lady Elizabeth runs after them, rolls an 11. They rolled like a 10. Meanwhile, the Corn Warrior, or the Tzeentch Warriors go after him 7 inches, catch him, and at this point, my opponent calls the game. And there you go. There's the end of the game right there. The only thing he has left on the table is a lead belcher, but the way we play it is when you surrender the game is over. So although I don't have much left on the table, I was able to pull it off. After my Demon Prince got himself sucked into the warp on a useless spell, I actually pulled this one out, and I was very happy about that. My Corn Warriors and my Tzeentch Warriors were a definite second place for MVP, right behind Lady Elizabeth, who took an Iron Gut charge, stuck it on a 3, and then stayed there the whole time, killing the unit champion and the Slaughtermaster, so that the Tzeentch Warriors could just continue to beat down the Iron Guts until they eventually broke, and that was awesome. But we'll get to that in a second, because right now it's time for a quick timeout. Token time, everybody. Tokens. Check them out. All the tokens you could need for anything that you could possibly play. Warhammer 40k, Infinity, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Infinity, Malifaux, whatever you need tokens for, Token Gal can make the tokens. They're dirt cheap, guys. No more than $8 for a set, but they're solid gold quality. I mean, these are glass beads. They magnify the picture and the words. You've got wound counters. You've got status effects. You've got spell effects. +1 toughness, -1 strength. You know, whatever you need. She's got all the magic lores. She's got everything you need for any system that you play. She's got a email address you can send and be like, hey, I'm looking for this. And now she has a website. It's there at the bottom. I'm not going to bother reading it off, because if you can't read, what the hell are you doing on the internet? Just seriously, though, check her out. Check out her website. Order yourself some tokens. It's totally worth it. You won't regret it. Check out the model, guys. This model was painted for me by Unleashed Wargaming Painting Services. There's their email right down there at the bottom of the slides. Oh man, they did a good job painting this model. He looks great, as you can see. I mean, I'll let the pictures do the talking for me, but they do solid work. He's working on a web page. It's an up-and-coming company. He contacted me and was just kind of like, "Hey, check this out. Let me show you what I can do." And I'm not disappointed. Take a look. Send him an email if you're interested. Get the prices down. Get everything down. Quick turnaround. Good paint jobs. Hey, I didn't have to paint it. You know, it took some pressure off my wife, which is always nice. But yeah, guys, if you get a chance, give these guys an email and tell them what you're looking for, what you're looking to do, and tell them Tremendous sent you. You won't be disappointed. But yeah, another victory for Lord Tremendous. My opponent called the game after the Iron Guts broke, which was probably fair. The Warriors Castle, I ended up losing my Demon Prince, my Warhounds, and my Knights. And real shame about my Demon Prince. But it is what it is. The Ogres ended up losing everything. He only had an Iron Blaster left when he called it, but when you call it, you lose everything. Everything just spontaneously combusts. That's how we play it anyway. If you play it different in your area, good on ya. Losing my DP on 2 dice, miscast on a spell I didn't even need, sucked. I was just like, are you kidding me? That was a glorious charge. Everything was going so smooth. And then the domino effect started to occur until Lady Elizabeth just decided to do her patented combo breaker and stop it from happening, or stopped the Iron Guts cold in their tracks, which was just enough time for the Tzeentch Warriors to get in there. Speaking of which, both units of Warriors did an amazing job in this game. I was very proud of them. The Corn Warriors destroying the Man-Eaters and the Butcher. Granted, by the time it was all over, it was just the banner guy left. But hey, he was waving that banner proud as hell, wasn't he? And the Tzeentch Warriors slamming into the Iron Guts and just weathering all their Strength 6 attacks and killing them, you know, just doing a little bit at a time here and there until they all died. That was just outstanding. Lady Elizabeth is the best addition to my list since Lord Tremendous. I cannot say enough good things about her. 4 bonuses off of the Eye of the Gods chart. 2 of which were earned, 2 of which were given. Just amazing. Didn't take 1 wound the whole time, and she took an Iron Gut charge to the face. Very impressed. The War Shrine, Why in God's name have I not been running one of these the whole time? Being able to buff my unit champions and my characters on a 4-up is... I've completely underestimated the War Shrine, and I apologize. But it was a great game right down to the wire. He was a great opponent, and I'm looking forward to the rematch, because hopefully next time my Demon Prince doesn't kill himself immediately after getting into a great charge. But yeah, that's going to pretty much do it for this one, guys. Battle Report 102. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed this one as much as I did, because I am continuing to enjoy these. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, feel free to put them in the comment section below, and I will get back to you as quick as I can. But yeah, guys, thanks.